like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us this morning for our weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. My name is Earl Knudsen from Pinnacle Real Estate Group, and I am your July program chair. So I'm just warning you in advance, so you know. Okay, first off, everyone knows the routine, and I'm going to ask my good friend Brian Shen to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everybody. Please face the flag and recite with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian, very much. Alex Lee, will you lead us with an inspirational?
Morning, everyone. My name is Alex Lee from KW Executive. From analysis of Confucius, three men walking together, there must be my teacher. In Chinese, 三人行必有我師，孔子《論語》。Thank you.
Well, I think Alex, Alex did that for me. It confused me a little bit, and also because in the past ones, I've been ordained a Buddhist monk 5 times. So the Thangka and the Dhamma and the Sutta. Okay. My name is Earl Knudsen. You got that, and you got that I'm from Pinnacle. I have been in real estate, active realtor since 1984. That's 39 years. Met with Joe Ramos when I started. Yeah, was my first title rep, Joe Ramos. Yeah. So here at West San Gabriel in 2020. And I skipped 2021, but in 2022, you guys elected me as a director here at the board. And in 2023, well, I tapped out, and Mr. Wong came in and helped out. So right now I'm on the Ledge Committee and the MLS committee here at the board. And I encourage you all, if you haven't joined the committee, please sometime join and have a good time and learn some things here at our board. Okay. If you are a member and would like to make an announcement, please fill out an announcement form to my left and complete it and turn it into Berlin right here. Thank you. A few housekeeping tips. All participants on Zoom, where are you guys? Okay, have been muted upon entry into the MLS breakfast meeting. And you should ask a question or want to make a comment, please enter it in the chat box. Please remember to join us weekly as we have our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel with West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. Please remember to follow WSGVR on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch us on our pre-recorded videos on YouTube. Join our text message group for updates from the board, WSGVR to text WSGVR to the number 888-301-2201 for continual updates and events. Today, our agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, Judy Chow from AAA Capital Investments, and our guest speaker, Heather Ozur, and she is the 2023 C.A.R. Treasurer. Just as a reminder that to be eligible for today's drawings, you must be a WSGVR member and be in person at the association. We will be having an attendance drawing. We'll also have the Amazon gift card drawing. And of course, Mr. Tran will have our 50-50 raffle. Today, our affiliate spotlight will be brought to you by our affiliate committee Chair Lena Sankari from US Bank and and our Vice Chair Teresa Nguyen from Loan Direct. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Judy Chow. Take it away, Judy.
Morning, Judy, I'm a senior officer and I've been doing this for over 30 years, in Chinese and English. So one of the things we do is we're very fast. We approve in 1 day, close in 15 days, short. Okay, there you go. Next. This is my parents in Taiwan. That's where I came from, the Republic of China. It's not Thailand. When people say, I said from Taiwan, they say I went to a Thai food. But that's not my right from Taiwan, from China. We immigrated to the United States in 1964. Some of you are not born yet, right? But next, I received my bachelor and master's degree from UCLA. Hey, Lena, UCLA, right? Aren't you UCLA? Yes. Okay, all the UCLA. Yay. Okay, but. Okay, next. Okay. I got married in 1982. Okay, like I don't know, 50 pounds less. Okay, next. Okay, this is my family. I have one husband, 2 sons.
Good to know.
So you going to have 2 sons, 2 daughter-in-laws, 1 grandson, 1 granddaughter. Next. Then I have a new granddaughter, the 3rd one in April. That's my in-law. She's half Korean. My daughter-in-law's Korean. And next, okay, so I'm a Buddhist. I've been a devoted Buddhist over 50 years. We're going on Zoom before this live here until this year. So we went live at the center. Next, we made a donation this year to the Turkey earthquake, to the Turkey ambassador. Next. Okay. I also support the Southern University in Liso Viejo. It's down at the corner. If you ever want to visit, ask me, I'll take you there for a free tour. We sponsor some speaker. We started the Nobel Prize series this year. The first speaker was Asao Toji. He was the deputy leader of the Norwegian Nobel Committee member, and he spoke there. And the theme was the Nobel Prize, the Peace Prize. Can it influence world peace? The answer is basically yes, because we need to put this peace up in front. Otherwise, there's a lot of military buildup. I know there's a lot of war. The president of our organization, Daisaku Ikeda, I wrote the peace proposal for 40 years to the United Nations. So we need to keep that up front. So go against all the war and negativity. Next, okay. So I went back to return to hot yoga this year. They had a 30-day challenge. It's in my hat. I only did 10, but because I'm older, so they gave me a price anyway. I didn't do 30 days. So I started in May. If you look at the temperature, it's 113 degrees. So everyone been to hot yoga, you know what it's like. And then next, this is last. We just celebrated our 41st anniversary on July 3rd. So that's it. Thank you. We're only actually funny.
Thank you, Judy Chow. Normally at this time, we'll remind everyone of the West Giver Foundation, where we have our silent auction. I don't see anything today at the table. Okay, so next week, please look to the table to the right as you come in and see if there's any items that you want. We still continue with our silent auction at the meetings. Now, we are happy to include in our pitching of the hybrid MLS breakfast meeting, a reminder that if you would like to pitch your listing, you must go to the wsgvar.com and click on open pitch. Fill out the caravan request form and submit it no later than Tuesday, midnight of the week that you want to pitch. Today, we have one listing by Sherry Lynn of Compass Realty.
Pearl, skipped affiliate introductions.
Okay, I forgot our affiliates. Okay, let's do our, I got my good botch out of the way first, so, okay, come on up, guys.
What is it?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Brandon Saransky with First American NHD. Have a fantastic day. Good morning, everybody. Mackenzie Hogg, Morrison Plus Property Inspections. Hope everybody had a good July 4th.
Good morning, I'm Cosmo Sanchez and I am a mortgage lender with New in Funding. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Angie Pang, First American Title.
Good morning, everyone. John Lass with Snap NHC Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. Have a wonderful caravan and a great weekend.
Good morning, everyone. Jacqueline Chu, from Champion Escrow. Morning, my name is Phoebe Liu. I'm from East Bank, a local commercial loan officer. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Alba Moy from Moya to Melbourne. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, Lucia Tam, representing C.A.R, Chinese American Real Estate Professionals Association. Have a great week.
Hi, Alan.
Good morning. My name is Teresa Lamb with Corinthian Title Company. Have a wonderful day.
Morning, everybody. Loriana Chan with Primeland.
Good morning, Sue Chong with the Casa Management.
Good morning, John Sun from Budget Lines. Have a great day.
Good morning, Nancy Chan, Lawyers Title. Have a wonderful day.
Morning, this is Feng Shui Master and Master. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, Eduardo Higuchi with New York.
Good morning, Alina Chu from Glen Osesco. Have a wonderful day.
Morning, my name is Sam Yu. I'm with Primerica Mortgage. I just submitted my application to become an affiliate here.
Morning, everyone. Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company. Have an awesome day.
Good morning, Bob Chu with Champion Escrow.
Good morning, everyone. Derek Talbert, CST Insurance. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Good morning, David Train with Home Car Home Warranty, the man holding your small fortune every Thursday morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's delightful to be here. Dina said I had to come once a year, so here I am, Mark Wu with Lavo Insurance, and again, happy to help you out with your property insurance needs.
Oh, good morning. Happy Thursday. Lina Sincari from US Bank. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support y'all with affiliate. And we have everyone lined up earlier and just make sure that you use our support. Thank you.
And again, thank you. I'm sorry, affiliates, I'm still learning. So hopefully the rest of July will have the introductions right on time. But many good friends there. Thank you all for all saying hello this morning. Okay. The pitch of the property, we only have one listing on Caravan today from Sherry Lynn from Compass Realty. Is Sherry here today? Is she online?
Oh, okay.
Okay, then.
I don't think she's online anymore. Yeah, she left.
Okay. There's a rising star in the desert. And it is our guest today. And we're going to give a nice warm welcome to our speaker, Heather Ozur. She is the 2023 C.A.R. Treasurer. And if you can't see it up there, she is from the Palm Springs Realtors Association. Yeah, she serves as treasurer for this year, and she has been a realtor for over 20 years, specializing in residential property with the RE Collective in the greater Palm Springs area. Ozur has been dedicated with an active voice in the realtors community since 2003. At the state level, Ozur has served as a California Association of Realtors Director since 2008 and is serving various committees, including the Strategic Planning and Finance, Professional Standards, Transaction, and Regulatory and Federal and Legislative and Business Technology Forum. And at the national level, Ozur serves as a director with the N.A.R., the National Association of Realtors, and she has served as the chair for the Strategic Advisory Committee. She's a member of the Finance Committee and an RPAC Major Investor Representative. She is a graduate of the N.A.R. Leadership Academy and an RPAC Golden R President's Circle of Fame. Please welcome Heather.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you all and those on Zoom. So glad that you're attending also virtually. Great way to be able to do it so you can get access to great information. I also have a special guest with us here today who is in your audience, who came to shadow along. It is our newly elected C.A.R. treasurer for 24-25, and that is Mark Peterson. Mark, when you get elected to the leadership team, you get indoctrinated right away. And so you get to be part of all the great stuff that we're doing. So Mark gets to shadow along for the next 6 months of all that we do and be part of the conversation. So it's great to have you here. So thank you for saying yes and being part of it. So let's start with the fun stuff, not so fun stuff. So who here knows about all the lawsuits that are going on? Okay, I really should see more hands. Okay, so let's talk about the stuff that's happening out there in the realtor world that sometimes is a little uncomfortable, but it's happening, and so we need to deal with it and talk about it. So let's talk about the first one, NAR and the DOJ, the Department of Justice. They turned around for the last couple of years, have been having conversations, and NAR and the DOJ came to a bit of a settlement, and then the DOJ decided, you know what, even though we agreed on something, we wanted to renege on what we did when the new administration came in. I'm not here talking about politics when I say that, I'm just telling you how the timeline. And they tried to renege on what was agreed to between NAR and the DOJ. That got appealed and went back and forth. And in January, a court said to the DOJ, no, you have to honor, just like any other person in this world, you have to honor the contract that's out there and move forward with it. So that happened. However, we are now in a place where the DOJ wants to continue some additional investigation and are looking to possibly appeal that judgment that came down in January about reneging on the contract that they signed. So what this really comes down to is the DOJ is concerned about how we do business and how we are paid and compensated, the amount that we're paid and compensated. And that leads us right into the other lawsuits that are happening and all that's going on. So please spend time looking at what's happening, ask questions, understand. The biggest thing that is coming up from these lawsuits is the fact that it's about communication. We need to do a better job communicating about what we do each and every day and how we do it and how we're paid. In this room, as we know, for RESPA violations, we can't talk about the amount of compensation and things like that, and we're not going to. But I want you to really understand the fact that you have to communicate what you do every day. So if you're representing a buyer, you really need to be clear about what you do because you do not work for free. That's one of the biggest things that came out of the agreement between NAR and the DOJ. You cannot advertise as a buyer's agent that you work for free because you don't. You are compensated. And you have to make it very clear to the buyer how you're compensated. So make sure you're having those in-depth conversations, such as a buyer's broker agreement. Who uses a buyer broker agreement in here with their clients? Okay, more hands should be up for the realtors. This is something you should be using each and every day with your buyers. It clearly goes over what you do, how you do it, and how you're going to be compensated. Just like when you take a listing agreement is a contract between you and the seller, and it's very clear in that contract what you do and how you're going to be compensated. And in that contract, you also clearly talk about how you're going to compensate the other side. So you have to be having these in-depth conversations. Remember back in the day when we were deep in COVID and we had that form called a PEDS? Who remembers that form? Okay, guess what? You had to sign that with your client before entering the house. It's really the same conversation. So go back to that practice and look at that part of what we can do. let's talk about TAN versus NAR. This is really, really about, again, it is also convoluted. TAN and NAR, it's along, the DOJ is involved with this one as well. They filed a response and amicus brief at this point in time. We still are waiting on a hearing. It will continue. So this one's more wait and see, and we'll get some more info coming up as it comes along. So the big ones that everybody's really talking about that probably you have your most attention to, if you've heard about that, it's the Burnett-Sitzer versus NAR, and all the et al. Means there's a lot of other people listed on that, and that's Keller Williams, Anywhere, Better Homes and Gardens, the list goes on, as well as the Mohair versus NAR. That one, the first one that's listed there, that was granted class action certification, and that is that happened in March, and it is going forward and will be probably scheduled for trial sometime in 24 is what they're expecting. So NAR did file a petition to review the ruling, and so it's sitting in the appellate court and will continue to move forward. The biggest one with this one, this is about sellers who paid commission between March of 2015 and December of 2020, excluded sales below 56,000 and auction sales and other group sales. And any current and future owners who are presenting listings or future listings of properties in a covered MLS are also excluded in regards to this. But this is that is the first one. The one that's going to court sooner than later is the Burnett-Sitzer, and that is scheduled to start the trial in October. They are waiting. More information will come out from that. One of the things in regards to the class certification for these, this is a big, huge step for the plaintiffs. That's why NAR wanted to seek review in this. It's going to change how we do business. The projection is that we are not going to necessarily come out winning any of these lawsuits. There is going to be a drastic change in how we do business each and every day. And so you need to think creatively of how we do it. And that is really comes down to how we're compensated. If you want more information in regards to how to have these conversations with your clients, NAR has put out some great information on competition.realtor. And you can read about that and how you can explain how we are a very competitive business. A lot of these lawsuits come around talking about that we aren't being competitive, we're not being open, we're not allowing for private listings services, and that everything has to be put into the multiple listing service. We obviously sit and do this every day, and very much we believe in the fact that by putting properties in a multiple listing service, it is open for everybody to have access to. It is fair access for all. The argument for some is that it's not fair access for all, because unless you turn around and be a member of that MLS system or possible association, you're not getting fair access for all. So those are really a lot of the big thoughts behind where these people have come from and why they're doing this. But again, the fact that both the Mohair and the Burnett-Sitzer have been granted class action suit is a big deal. The lawyers that are representing these groups are some of the top class action suit lawyers in this nation, and they have won big cases like against big tobacco. So these people are, it's nothing to turn around and think that something isn't going to change. It's going to change. And so I hope you take time in your offices, at your brokerages, to look at this, discuss it, and see how you can make a difference. But you know, the fact is we are a resilient industry, and we're going to survive, and organized real estate will continue to survive. We have continued to adapt over the years. We have seen other threats, and we have pivoted and moved forward. So the profession may change, may be different, but we will continue to be strong, and both your local association, the California Association of Realtors, and NAR are going to be here to support you along this journey throughout. Any questions that I can answer for you in regards to some of the lovely information that I start the morning off with? No? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about some new highlights for 2023. There's always new laws, right? As things are changing in our business. Disclosure requirements are changed a bit, and that is, as you can see, that was in effect because of AB 2960. So that changes the requirements of timing of when things will go into effect due to the date of the parties enter into a contract. You have to no longer wonder what happens if a new disclosure comes along, right? We're in the middle of a transaction, a new disclosure comes along and you go, crap, what do I do? How do I handle this? The new requirement allows us to deal with it from the date of the contract falls into what it was prior to. So you know the period of time of what you're dealing with. So that helps us. Those little things help guide us through. Applicants for a broker's license need to demonstrate 2 years of general real estate experience. So that is AB 2745. So now the 2 years of experience must have occurred in the past 5 years. So it can't be 20 years ago they had that real estate experience. It has to be within the last 5 years. And then we look at the other one, the new procedure for tenant screening. They can reuse the tenant screening reports, and the landlord has to accept those. So it allows that they can't, that they're not turning around and doing new tenant screens for every single property that they're trying to get access to. Let's look a little bit at your market. So overall, we look at the California market. As you can see, as of the end of May, because we just finished June, so we don't have all the numbers in effect yet, but let's look at the end of May numbers. So far this year, we're expecting to do 289,460 home sales. So what we do throughout the year, we project how many home sales we're going to have total for the state for the year. This is the lowest number we've seen since early 2000s. Number's low. We know the market, there's lack of inventory. We know due to interest rates, things have changed. So year to date, we are looking negative 23%, and over year, negative 35%. During the pandemic years, we were doing over 400,000 sales, and last year we did over 300,000. So we're seeing that tightness. We're seeing the fact that we hear from our agents, hear from you out in the field that people are doing less deals, affiliates are having less transactions. We're hearing from all of you. So we know with great interest rates, a lot of people are doing that great pause right now. Why sell a property unless you have to, if you have a 3%, 2%, 4% interest rate. So we look at the median home price overall in California, it's $836,110, and that's down over the last little bit, negative 6.4%. Unsold inventory index is 2.1 months, and that year over year is consistent. And days on the market, we're at 17 days, and that's up 54% year over year. So that's just sort of where we are right now in this moment in time in California. Let's take a little bit more in-depth look into your local areas. These reports you can see the QR codes there on the corner of the screen. I know everyone loves QR codes. They had a big comeback during the pandemic, and they're here to stay now. But they do provide lots of information, and instead of providing you a whole website, you have to type in. You can just scan that. But that is what's happening in Alhambra right now. You can see the median home price overall, where we're going, days on market. We also have Arcadia, where a median price is 1.72 million. It's up over last year. 34 home sales compared to this time last year. Active listings 56, which is down negative 35%. Days on market 18. So you'll see consistently for the areas that we pulled for your association of what areas you service. This is what Jordan and his team pulled for you all to see. So these are these numbers. So you can take a look at that. And I can share this with your association so they can have it. But like I said, if you scan that QR code, you can get access to these reports. They're available for you to be able to share with your clients. You can turn them into social media pieces, marketing pieces, and get them out there. So you can tell your clients about what's happening in the market. There's San Gabriel. If you see overall, your numbers are pretty consistent across most of your areas. of days on market, list of sales price. This is what we're seeing throughout most of Southern California. So let's talk legislative. There's always stuff going on in the legislature that affects us. And so we definitely want to pay attention to those items that are coming up. We have some sponsored bills that we are supporting, and let's talk a little bit about those. AB 225 Grayson is the environmental hazard booklet update. So there's risk associated with wildfires and climate change and sea level rises, and that has definitely increased over the last decade, and property owners need to have that information about potential risk of these hazards. Therefore, we are sponsoring AB 225 to update the state's residential hazard book to include 3 new chapters that deal with wildfire, climate change, and sea level rise to the booklet. So right now that status is in the Assembly Business and Professional Committee. As for AB 323 Holden, use deed restriction units for homeowner protection, it has long been assumed over time that units offered for sale as the result of local inclusionary zoning policies and the state's density bonus laws would go to owner occupants if these units were intended for owner occupancy upon the subdivision of the map approval. However, what we've seen over time is developers can petition a local government to change the designation after construction from owner occupant to rental, which reduces obviously opportunities for owner occupant purchasers and generally results in corporate ownership of the units. So therefore, C.A.R. is sponsoring AB 323 to require such units to be sold to qualified buyers for owner occupancy, unless the developers of these density bonus or inclusionary zoned units that were constructed with an affordability covenant or restriction intended for owner occupancy can prove that there are no such qualified buyers. You think there's no such qualified buyers? In other words, we're making them do what they promised they said they do and why they were built in that area. So that is in the Assembly House and Community Development Committee right now. So that's where that is. The next one is AB 717. And that's revocable trust education. The fact is, we've realized over time that a lot of people don't realize that if you don't put your property into a irrevocable living trust, that if, you know, God forbid, people pass away, right? And they don't pass away with the property in the right type of trust, what happens to the property? Right. We've realized, especially in underserved communities, that's happening time and time again. And how do we create generational wealth? Y'all realtors out there and affiliates, how do we create generational wealth? Come on. It's not, you're not being tested on it, but I know you can know the answer to these questions. Home ownership, you got it. Home ownership creates generational wealth. One generation to the other. So this is about creating trust education so that we are ensuring that people understand the importance of doing this step. Yes, it costs money, but the small cost to do this, to put your property in a revocable living trust, makes a difference for your families. And so they're wanting to ensure that we're expanding the education and creating the benefits so people have the opportunity to learn and see where this is going. This is right now on the Assembly desk, so this will continue moving forward. These bills, we don't see any pushback on this stuff at this time. This is not anything controversial that we've been pushing forward. So we definitely see this being able to move forward. As for AB 1218, the natural hazards disclosure form update, this will include information about defensible space mandates that are imposed on parcels that are in high fire zones. So obviously, as we know, fire is a big problem here in our state. And so we want to ensure that we have the right information moving forward. And that is currently on the Assembly desk at this time. So let's delve into a little bit of member benefits. One of the biggest things we started doing during the pandemic was the industry leaders. And that it started happening in the pandemic, and that was for brokers to be able to get together, and they got together on Zoom. And it was an outreach that C.A.R. did because, my gosh, obviously when the pandemic started, people didn't know what was up, what was down, how to get the small business loans. And so C.A.R. had this forum for brokers to be able to meet. It has been such a huge hit that even post-pandemic, we still do this. We do it bi-weekly approximately, twice a month. And this is for our brokers. Realtors, I know you love great information, but this is really for your brokers and your managers. And so if you scan that QR code in your broker, you can sign up. We have a form that will come up and you can put your name and information. We do confirm that you are a broker because again, this is for brokers, not for just everyday realtors, because we want the brokers to ensure that they get the education from Jordan, our economist, to Gov, who, on legal, June comes and speaks, the leadership team comes and speaks, and we spend an hour and a half every other week with our broker community, helping ensure that they have the information they need. So please, if you're interested, you're a broker and you're interested in joining these calls, these Zoom calls, obviously you can do them on the go. Please scan the QR code and get involved and listen. This is great information. If you're a broker out there, this is information that you could use for your office meetings. We're trying to make it easy for you. So make sure you're up to date on everything that's going on. We review the lawsuits that I talked about. We go into quite in-depth information. So please get involved. We've done really well over the last few years, trying to do great outreach into the community. And one of our things that we have done is the C.A.R. has a closing cost assistance grant program. And that is really to help bridge the gaps in underserved communities, providing up to $10,000 in closing costs. You can learn more about that if your clients are eligible, or if they're in a community where they're purchasing that is eligible by going to on.car.org/HAF close. And you can learn about that program. So it's for different parts of Los Angeles County, Riverside, and also various parts of Northern California. So just check that out so you can see if you have clients that could possibly be eligible for the closing cost grants. We have so many benefits at C.A.R, a ton, and they're there for you to be able to help your business, improve your business, help streamline. You may use some, you may use a few, but this is definitely available to you. So please take advantage of ones that may work for you. Like Hurdler is to help automatically track expenses and your income and your employment taxes. It's free for C.A.R members. It's a streamlined app and it's accessible through CAR.org/RST. We also have Milestones. This is a great way to interact with your clients. For this consumer and life experience type platform that they have. It allows you to, as a member, we have free access and you can create hubs for your clients. It allows you to stay connected, remind your clients of things that need to be done, help them throughout their entire home ownership journey. So definitely check that one out as well. We also have a rental listing service, and that's provided by Rental Beast. Rental Beast is a great platform that we've been working with. You have free access to that as well, and allows you to add and enter rental listings. It allows for rental syndication. It really is great because, my gosh, trying to find rentals in all these different places is difficult. This brings it all into one place that you can find rental listings and help your clients. Symbian. This is a portal that allows quick access and visualization to what's been built on the land, and this allows listing presentations to evaluate the buyers to help. It allows you to help on a listing presentation as well as with buyers. You can turn around and evaluate the property purchase. Just great little tools that we have. So definitely check out the great stuff that we have. Obviously, when you log into CAR.org, you know that one of the first things you see once you're going towards the realtor secured transaction area. We have a ton of discounted services that are part of your member benefits. Check out, there is so many. Obviously, I'm not going to list them all here today, but you have, obviously, we provide zip forms. We have Lion Desk, we have transaction tips and learning. So there's all types of great stuff that we have there for you, so you have access to it. And as well as we have financial management programs, prospecting and data tools, property management and leasing. The list goes on and on and on of what we provide to make sure that whether it's discounted, whether it's free, it helps you do your business. Who needs to get their CE credits done? Who's renewing their license soon? Okay, you can sign up. We provide that for free for you. You do not have to pay for that. It is something we've been providing for quite a few years. So there's all the classes are there, including the fair housing and the DEI classes that are now part of our 45 hours. It's all there. I just did mine last year. It is not hard to do. They definitely make you work harder than some of the other ones, but it's not hard to do. You can get it done. It's free. It's wonderful. Take advantage of the stuff that we do for you. We also have online learning programs. So we have tons of classes, lots of publications. A lot of times we offer discounts on what is happening, as well as webinars, on-demand courses, anything to help sharpen your tools, learning about contracts. We have the new zip form signature option. It's a new AuthenticSign, helps improve your workflow. So some people choose to pay for zip for DocuSign. You can also use the AuthenticSign program. Again, we're trying to do anything we can to help you with your business to keep your costs down in this changing economy. We have new publications available from sample forms books of all about foreclosures, different guides. We have a great program for our home inspectors. This is a certified home inspector program. I highly recommend our inspectors to sign up for it. It allows people to, you as agents, to go in and see the vetted services that are available. You get to know who they are. They have to have passed a background check. They have to have had a minimum insurance requirements and attained a certain level of education. And so that is our certified home inspector programs that our home inspectors can sign up for, as you as realtors can go there and see vetted home inspectors. Smart Zone. We heard you loud and clear that you needed one place to really see your member benefits, analyze the market, and have shareable content. Because everybody looks at social media today, whether we want to embrace it or not, people go and look at social media. So we created Smart Zone. QR code is up there. You can go in there, and again, all the member benefits I just talked about, they're accessible there. You can go here as well and get an analysis of what's happening in your current marketplace that you serve. And if you want to turn around and create an Instagram post or a story with some of the information that you've created, we have shareable content there that you can do, that you can brand with your information. So definitely check out Smart Zone. We have wellness resources. We realize that in this, from COVID to where we are in this marketplace, that there is a need for people to be able to have a place to get that mental health that they may need. So we have provided wellness resources, and that is through both NAR and C.A.R. And this allows you to have a hotline, learn about our NAR safety program, because we know sometimes we have to think about how we do our business and make sure we're safe when we're doing open houses, and have the right mental health resources available to you as realtors out there. So it's available. Who's seen our consumer campaign? The new commercials, whether you've seen them on social media, you may have seen them on TV, but we have been out there doing that. We have a great ad campaign that you can access at that website that's listed on there, and you can see all the different things. Again, you can reshare it on your social media platforms. But obviously we brought back the Who's Your Realtor part of the campaign, and really the focus of the campaign this year is Dear California Dream. And it's quite a great, we've gotten a ton of positive response from that. We also have Share You. And again, if you want to have creative Zoom backgrounds, you want to put that Who's Your Realtor anywhere on, you take a picture of your clients, as you can see there, there's a couple sitting on the steps. You want to drop that right back down behind somebody, you can do that. You can have customized videos, social stickers, all that type of stuff. That is available to you. So you can go to shareuniversity.ca.org. We also have big concerns regarding insurance lately. And so this is a great information regarding fire insurance tips for homeowners. Just what's happening. People are getting canceled depending on the areas that they live in. And so this is shareable content, one sheets that we can get out there and share with our clients. There's slide decks and all types of great information. So you can go to on.car.org/insurance to grab that information. Upcoming events. C.A.R. is going to present Surviving Climate Whiplash, a state solution for housing and future development. It's going to be moderated by our CEO, who I know is coming to visit you all tomorrow. And it's going to be a great conversation. It's virtual. It's on July 20th at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I highly recommend watching that. It's going to be great information. Again, always stuff that you can share with your clients or back in your offices with different people. So we're having our upcoming REI Reimagine, which is our expo, and that always happens in the fall for C.A.R. This year it's in Anaheim, so it's nice and close for you all. So you can go by. We have some great pre-conferencing events. We're going to have a woman up track, a broker track. We're going to have a technology track. So again, you can go on, use that QR code and register. We also hear that we may be visiting a friend called Mickey Mouse. If you sign up and be able to attend, but you have to be able to sign up for attendance. We have two great keynote luncheon speakers. Obviously, our Jordan Levine, he is our Senior Vice President and Chief Economist for the California Association of Realtors. He is funny, he is smart, he is great and provides you great information. So he'll be delivering that housing market forecast in September 21st. And we also have Nicole coming in. She is the first woman Thunderbird pilot and a combat veteran, and she's going to really share some great information on harnessing the headwinds and navigating change and adversity. And she's going to speak to us on September 20th in Anaheim. So we're excited for that upcoming event. And that was a very quick overview of what's happening at C.A.R. Any questions that I can answer for any of you regarding things that are happening in the marketplace? Overall curious? Concerns? None?
Any questions, just come on up to the mic and ask the questions. Heather has a wealth of knowledge for our realtors. She's the treasurer for this year, but she is also our president-elect of C.A.R. next year. And we also have Mark Peterson here to fill in the treasury shoes or heel of next year as well. So if you have questions, please come on up. And for those of you on Zoom also, please type it in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome again. And my name is Hortensia Ramirez, and my question is about AB 323. How, if it continues to move along, but how quickly do you think that will take effect?
Pulling that one up, so I have that. The deed restricted units. Hopefully they'll finish it out before the end of this year's legislative calendar. And again, we don't see any pushback. They'll have a date within it of when it will go in effect. It just depends on when it gets through. We would be able to update you with the, here's the timing. It's not in effect as of this date, and we move forward. But as I said, per staff, it is Assembly, Housing, and Community Development Committee, which is where it's sitting right now. So, and that was our last update from legislative staff, I think at the end of June. So, other questions? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, on behalf of the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors, we'd like to thank our guest speaker and present her with a gift from Association. Okay. It's time for the attendance drawing. Okay, all WSGVR members are included in the attendance drawing. Not only is it displayed, but it's today the pot is $425. Yeah, and If we don't have a winner, $25 will be added to the pot each week until someone wins. If we get a winner, the pot will begin again at $25. If for our last breakfast meeting of the year, we do not have a winner, we will draw names until we have a winner. Winner must be in person at the association to win. When your name is called, you must announce that you are present. If we call your name 3 times and you do not respond, we will move on. No exceptions.
Irma Alvarado.
Is Irma here? Irma's not here. Okay.
Irma Alvarado.
Irma, are you here? Irma. You're in trouble, Irma. Okay, so there goes the $450 next week. Yeah. Great. It's also we have where Heather is selecting 3 winners for our Amazon gift card giveaway. Let me see that we got the cards. Our first winner is Carlos Ruiz from Caldwell Banker, George. Come on up. Okay, we'll get all at one time. Okay. Yeah, let's get them. Cecilia Hoon from the Chinese Women's New League Movement. Cecilia. Okay, and also Karen Chien. All right. That's okay. Yeah. Give them the cards, right? Okay, just a note, please make sure that you participate in our education classes. These are our classes. There is tomorrow. There is on Friday, 45-hour DRE class. That's usually Revy. They come here every year. They're fantastic. They also have the requirements, the ethics, and all the classes that you will need to pass that. The cost of the class is $85. There's also a commercial seminar, proposed government changes, technical issues concerning the 1031 exchanges on Tuesday, July 11th from 12 to 1 p.m. The cost is free. Okay. CRMLS virtual training matrix, searching property 101 will be Wednesday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 1 hour, and the cost is free. Okay. Yeah. And there is a lone wolf transaction. Our zip form training will be Monday, July 17th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And the cost is free. Thank you. Okay, and please come next week. We will have a CPA Anthony Watson from Robert Hall and Associates as our guest speaker. And we have one more drawing. David Tran, also the 50/50. $52 is the 72. Okay, it's going higher by the minute. You want the real winner. You want the real winner. 072267. That was fine. Did we have a winner? 67. Cynthia is our winner. That's approved. Also, there is an announcement. One announcement, Thomas Wong, would you come up to the center mic, please? And
No, just the one I gave you. Send Tomas and Yolanda. That's them, right here.
Morning, everyone. Just a friendly reminder that our anticipated golf tournament is next week. Just wanted to let you know that we can have an open flat for single player.
Earl.
So don't wait the last minute. Thank you.
Still might have an announcement. A lot of people are standing.
You're unmarried, you can go.
You mean like one person, if you're by yourself and you still want to go, yes. So again, don't forget, and don't forget this wonderful cause for the West San Gabriel Valley Association, the foundation, and the scholarship and the whole purpose behind that. And it's probably our biggest fundraiser. So we like to help our young generation and all the charities. So please sign up. And if you can't golf, then please join us for dinner, $50. And if not, we are still accepting donations for door prizes and also for the affiliates and even agents, brokers. We are welcoming items for our goodie bags for the golfers. So if you'd like to donate 60 pens, 60 Post-it notes, notepads, or granola bars, we are welcoming that. So just drop it off at the board no later than I say Wednesday late. And make sure your card or sticker is attached to each item. I will give you that acknowledgement on next Friday, please. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Yolanda. And Cecilia, our president-elect, you have an announcement?
Good morning. Thank you, Heather, for coming and giving us that wealth of information. Thank you. Welcome. Got some big heels to. Okay, I'm here to announce our next year's board of directors. Next year board of directors and the executive committee will be Jim Burr, who will be our president-elect. Stand up, stand up and stay standing. Stay standing. Pauline Lamb will be our vice president. She will be the MLS chair for next year. Jeff Wang, is Jeff here? Jeff will be treasurer. And Thomas Wong will be our secretary. Okay. Lorraine Clark is our director. Okay. And we've got Dora Leon. Come back here. Annette Ong with the director again this year. Coming up. Tom Hussein. I think he's on Zoom. He's here. Vince Venetiano up front. He is also going to be a director for next year. William Wee, I saw William. There you go. And last but not least, Sean Fang. So that's the team for 2024. Thank you. Oh, it's not even on the list. It's on page 3. But I didn't want it.
Thank you, Cecilia, and thank you, Lee, for a great year. Yes, thank you, guys. It's a great team. Good team. Okay, see you next week. We're done. Thank you. Meetings.
Read speakers for next week. You did?
They didn't announce it.
Earlier?
Advertise, yeah. It's in the slide. Yeah, you did that.
You did earlier?
See you next week. Right?
Yeah, if they want, next week we want from.
I gave you.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Before
They're on spot.
Directors, let's take a photo with Heather and Mark and our all directors, calling all directors in the house. Come to the backdrop for a group photo.